It starts with a feeling, a subtle, cold dread that crawls up your spine as you scroll through your bank statement. Your eyes scan past the usual suspects' groceries, gas, the morning coffee, and then they stop. Frozen. There it is. A charge you don't recognize. $15, $30, maybe more. It's from a company whose name sounds vaguely familiar, like a half-remembered dream. And as you stare at those digits, a single frustrating question burns in your mind. Where did that come from? You don't feel like you've been robbed. Not in the traditional sense. No broken windows, no missing wallet. It feels worse. You feel tricked. You feel foolish. You feel like you willingly walked into a trap you never even saw. But what if I told you that this feeling, this quiet theft, wasn't an accident? That it wasn't your mistake? What if I told you that charge was the final move in a perfectly legal, psychologically brilliant heist? A heist designed by teams of experts, tested on millions, and engineered to exploit the very wiring of your brain. It was designed to be forgotten. It was designed to be difficult. It was designed, from the very first click on a button that said, "Start your free trial," to separate you from your money, silently, perpetually, and completely within the bounds of the law. This isn't a story about a few shady companies. This is the story of the modern internet. It's the architecture of the invisible trap, and tonight we're going to give you the blueprints. The journey into the trap always begins in a place of light. It's a landscape of promise, of vibrant colors and exciting possibilities. It's the pop-up ad for a streaming service promising every movie you've ever wanted to see. It's the sleek website for a productivity app that whispers it holds the secret to finally organizing your chaotic life. It's the language of absolute freedom and zero risk. Try it free for 30 days. No commitment. Cancel anytime. S&E. These aren't just marketing slogans, they are carefully crafted psychological triggers. The word free is arguably the most powerful word in advertising. It bypasses our rational brain. When we see free, we don't calculate value. We feel a rush of pure, unadulterated gain. It's a dopamine hit. We feel smart, like we're getting away with something. The company is letting us test drive the Ferrari, and they're even paying for the gas. The user interface is designed to be frictionless, a smooth, effortless glide into their ecosystem. The sign-up button is huge, glowing, often a reassuring green or a vibrant blue. It begs to be clicked. Get started now, it screams with optimism. The process is seductively simple. Name, email, and then the crucial step. The one that feels like a minor formality. We just need a credit card on file to secure your spot. The language is deliberate. It's not for payment, it's for verification. Or to prevent service interruption after your trial. A thoughtful gesture from them to you. They frame it as a benefit, a convenience. They might even show you an image of a credit card with a comforting padlock icon next to it, assuring you of security. What they don't show you is the invisible switch you've just flipped. You haven't just entered a piece of plastic. You've signed a contract you haven't read. You've pre-authorized a recurring payment. You've set a timer on a financial time bomb, and the clock is now ticking, silently, in the background of your digital life. You click confirm, and you're in. The doors to the kingdom swing open. The movies play, the software works, the service delivers on its promise. And for 7 days or 30 days, you are a happy customer. You are living the dream. And the company is betting on one simple, universal human flaw. We forget. Life is busy. The trial you started on a Tuesday is a distant memory by the following Monday. You have work deadlines, family obligations, 1,000 tiny distractions that fill the space in your mind. The company knows this. They depend on it. This isn't speculation. It's their business model. It's called inertia. The tendency for us to do nothing is far more powerful than our motivation to take action. They know that the initial excitement will fade, and the service will simply become part of the background noise of your life. And as the trial period nears its end, the most crucial part of the trap is sprung. The art of the silent notification. You might get an email. It might even be required by law. But that email is an absolute masterclass in strategic camouflage. Its subject line won't be, "Warning, we're about to charge your credit card." It will be something bland and easily ignored, like, "Your subscription is updating," or "News about your account." It's designed to be mistaken for a standard marketing newsletter. It slides into your promotions tab, buried under dozens of other messages. Inside, the language is equally evasive. It won't say, "You will be charged $49.99 tomorrow." It will use passive, gentle language like, Your trial period is coming to a close, and to ensure uninterrupted access, your account will roll over to our premium plan. The price, if mentioned at all, is often tucked away at the bottom in a smaller font. The email isn't designed to inform you. It's designed to fulfill a legal obligation while maximizing the probability that you will take no action. And so, the day comes. The switch is flipped. The first charge hits your account. For many, it goes unnoticed for weeks, even months. A tiny digital vampire siphoning off money while you remain blissfully unaware. But for some, the moment of discovery arrives. That moment you stare at your bank statement. And with that discovery comes a new resolve. I'm going to cancel this, right now. AE, and this is where you leave the brightly lit lobby of the trap and descend into the darkness. Welcome to the labyrinth. The modern cancellation process is not a customer service feature. It is a weaponized user experience. It is a deliberately constructed maze of frustration designed with one singular purpose, to make you give up. The designers of these systems are masters of what's known as dark patterns, interfaces crafted to trick users into doing things they didn't mean to, like buying insurance with their plane ticket, or in this case, staying subscribed. Your first challenge is simply finding the door. You log into your account, and you look for the big red cancel subscription button, but it doesn't exist. Of course it doesn't. Instead, you begin a digital scavenger hunt. Is it under My Account? No. Settings? No. You click on Billing. Surely it must be there, but the billing page is a beautifully clear, concise summary of how much you've paid them, with a helpful button to update payment information. There's no option to stop paying them. After several minutes of frustrated clicking, you might find it, tucked away under a vague menu item like Manage Plan or Subscription Details. It's never a button. It's almost always a tiny hyperlink. The text is often light gray on a white background, a whisper of text designed to be overlooked, positioned apologetically at the very bottom of the page, far away from the vibrant, glowing, Upgrade Your Plan buttons that litter the rest of the screen. This design choice is intentional. It's called visual hierarchy. By making the desired action, upgrading, bright and prominent, and the undesired action, canceling, practically invisible, they guide your behavior without you even realizing it. But finding the link is not the end. It is merely the beginning of the gauntlet. You click it, and you are immediately met with resistance. A pop-up appears. Are you sure you want to leave? The first phase is the guilt trip, a tactic known as confirm shaming. The options are not a simple yes or no. They are emotionally loaded. The button to proceed with cancellation might say, yes, I want to lose all my benefits. The button to stay subscribed, however, will be something positive and affirming. No, keep my premium access. They are framing your choice as an act of self-sabotage. You're not just canceling a service, you're abandoning your progress, forfeiting your savings, making a demonstrably poor decision. Some will show you pictures of sad cartoon characters waving goodbye. Others will quantify what you're losing. You are about to delete 500 edited photos and lose access to 10,000 hours of content. This is a direct attack on a powerful psychological bias called loss aversion. Humans feel the pain of a loss about twice as powerfully as the pleasure of an equivalent gain. They are making you feel the pain of what you're about to lose, hoping it will be strong enough to make you reverse course. If you push past the guilt, the next stage of the labyrinth begins. The maze of retention offers. You'll be presented with a new screen. Wait, don't go. How about 50% off for the next 3 months? It's tempting, it feels like a victory, but it's just another more complex part of the trap. If you accept, you're still a subscriber. The company retains you as a user, and they bet that in 3 months, you'll once again forget to cancel, and the price will quietly jump back to its full amount. If you decline the offer, the process continues. The next screen might ask you to select a reason for canceling from a drop-down menu. This isn't for their data. It's to introduce more friction, another step to slow you down, another opportunity for you to just close the tab and give up. After you select a reason, you might be presented with a customized offer. Oh, you said it was too expensive. Here's our cheaper, basic plan. You said you weren't using it enough? How about we pause your subscription for 3 months instead of canceling? Pausing is a brilliant trap. It feels like you've solved the problem, but all you've done is reset the timer. In 90 days, the charges will silently resume. For the most diabolical subscription services, the digital maze isn't enough. After navigating a half-dozen screens of guilt trips and special offers, You reach the final page, and it says, "To complete your cancellation, please call our customer support line." This is the nuclear option of user retention. They are moving you from a world of anonymous clicks to a world of direct human confrontation. They know most people will do anything to avoid a phone call with a trained retention agent whose entire job is to talk you out of your decision. You have to wait on hold, listening to repetitive music, your frustration building. When you finally get a human on the line, they will read from a script, asking you probing questions, presenting you with even more special offers, and making the process as long and arduous as possible. Each step, from the hidden gray link to the final phone call, is a filter. It's designed to weed out everyone but the most determined and patient individuals. They know that with every added click, every extra screen, every minute you spend on hold, the probability of you just giving up and accepting the charge increases. This entire system, this beautiful, terrible architecture of frustration, is often called the Roach Motel, based on the old tagline for an insect trap. They check in, but they don't check out. So who are the people building these digital prisons? Are they cackling villains in a dark room, sketching out plans to frustrate consumers? The reality is somehow more mundane and more terrifying. They are product managers, user interface designers, and growth hackers. They are smart, data-driven professionals working for companies you might even admire, and they operate not on evil, but on metrics. Their job is to reduce a number called churn, the rate at which customers cancel their subscriptions. Their performance reviews, their bonuses, their very careers depend on keeping that number as low as possible. And the most effective way to reduce churn isn't always to build a better product. It's to make leaving the product a nightmare. They use A/B testing to refine these dark patterns with scientific precision. They will test 2 versions of a cancellation page on thousands of users. Does a red button work better than a blue one? Does saying, "You'll lose your benefits," reduce cancellations by 2% more than saying, "Your access will be removed"? Every choice is optimized. They will test if adding 1 extra step to the cancellation flow reduces churn by 0.5%. If it does, that step is implemented. Over time, through thousands of these micro-optimizations, you get the labyrinth. It wasn't designed by a single evil architect. It was evolved, data point by data point, into the perfect machine for retaining revenue. It's a system that treats user frustration not as a bug, but as a feature. At this point, you have to be asking, how can any of this be legal? The answer lies in the 10,000 words of legalese you scrolled past and clicked "I agree" on when you first signed up. The terms of service. Buried deep within that text is the legal framework for the entire trap. Clauses with names like automatic renewal or continuous service agreement explicitly state that you are signing up for an ongoing service, not a one-time purchase. They state that your subscription will renew automatically unless you take specific steps to cancel it. They outline that the company has the right to change the price with minimal notification. By clicking "Agree," you have, in the eyes of the law, given your informed consent. In the United States, laws like the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, ROSCA, were created to fight this. It requires companies to be clear about the terms, get your informed consent, and provide a simple cancellation method. But look at the language. Simple. What is simple? Companies argue that a multi-step online process is simple. They argue that a phone call is simple. They fulfill the letter of the law with malicious compliance, creating processes that are legally defensible but practically infuriating. They disclose the terms, but they do it in a tiny font. They provide a cancellation method, but they hide it behind a maze of dark patterns. They know that as long as they check the legal boxes, they can win in court. They are not breaking the law, they are simply exploiting the vast gray chasm between what is legal and what is ethical. And this has created a shadow economy that drains billions of dollars from consumers every year. It preys on the elderly, who may be less tech-savvy. It preys on people with ADHD, for whom remembering to cancel a trial is a genuine executive function challenge. It preys on low-income families, for whom a forgotten $15 charge can mean the difference between paying a bill and incurring an overdraft fee. It is a regressive tax on inattention, a penalty for being human in a world of automated systems designed to outsmart you. They are betting against your memory, your patience, and your energy. They have battalions of engineers and psychologists on their side. You have a sticky note on your monitor. The fight is fundamentally asymmetric. So how do we escape the labyrinth? How do we fight back? The first step is awareness. It's understanding that when you see the word free, you should not feel excitement. You should feel suspicion. It's learning to recognize the architecture of the trap before you even enter your email address. Look for the exit before you walk through the entrance. Before signing up for anything, actively search for their cancellation policy. If you can't easily find instructions on how to cancel, run. That is the biggest red flag. For the trials you do decide to take, you must become the architect of your own defense. Don't rely on your memory. The moment you sign up, put a calendar reminder on your phone for 2 days before the trial ends. Don't just write cancel trial. Write cancel the streaming service trial that charges $19.99 a month. The link is in your email. Be specific. For crucial trials, consider using a virtual credit card service. These services allow you to generate a unique card number for a single merchant, and you can set a spending limit or even pause the card after the first use, making it impossible for them to charge you again. It's your own personal kill switch. When you do get trapped, and you have to enter the cancellation labyrinth, treat it like a video game. Your goal is to get to the final screen. Do not be swayed by the guilt trips or the special offers. See them for what they are, manipulative obstacles. Click through them methodically. If they force you to call, take a deep breath, put your phone on speaker, and be firm. Use broken record technique. When the agent asks why you're leaving, just say, "I am calling to cancel my subscription." When they offer you a discount, say, "Thank you, but I am calling to cancel my subscription." Do not get drawn into a debate. You are not required to justify your decision. You are making a simple request. And always, always ask for a cancellation confirmation number or email. That is your proof that you have successfully escaped. This is more than just a matter of a few dollars. It's about our relationship with technology. We were promised a digital world of convenience and empowerment. Instead, we are often handed a world of subtle manipulation and engineered frustration. These subscription traps, these dark patterns, they erode our trust. They make us more cynical. They make us feel powerless. But the power is not entirely in their hands. The architects of these systems are betting on our silence. They are betting on our resignation. They thrive when we just sigh and accept the charge because fighting it is too much of a hassle. The most powerful thing we can do is refuse to be silent. Share these stories. Leave reviews detailing the difficult cancellation process. File complaints with the Better Business Bureau or the Federal Trade Commission. The more light we shine on these dark patterns, the less effective they become. The next time you see that unexpected charge on your statement, don't just feel foolish or frustrated. Feel angry. See it for what it is. A calculated act of corporate deception that relies on exploiting the quirks of your own humanity. It's a system that has perfected the art of the legal pickpocket. But knowledge is a form of armor. Understanding the blueprints of the trap is the first step toward disarming it. They are betting that you won't pay attention. They are betting that you will forget. They are betting that you will give up. It's time we started proving them wrong. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever found yourself lost in the cancellation labyrinth, share your own experience in the comments below. Every story adds another voice to the call for a more honest and transparent digital world. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden systems that shape our lives, consider subscribing. Because the more we understand the game, the better we get at changing the rules.